and I was so scared. I think we were like switching classes. I don't know what we were doing, but we were switching classes, and I saw like boys in the hallway fighting, like because I was in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
Baton Rouge in New Orleans. The boys were fighting, like throwing themselves at each other. I was terrified. My cousins weren't there. My brother wasn't there.
Nobody that helped, like.
And I had on regular clothes. It was just like books. It was like on a movie. In the office, the phones were ringing. I just rang in the. I just sat in the office. Nobody asked me why you here or you scared.
You supposed to be in class?
Nothing. I was so scared. I don't know how I got to the phone. I called my dad. I got to the phone somehow in the office. I was like, Dad, come and get me. I'm ready to go. He was like, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm ready to go. He got me in the car. He was like, you going back? I was like, no.
And that's the crazy part, because when I was at school, like, that's what happened. Like, and then by my mama being an educator, it was totally different. Like, man, I can't call this lady and tell her I ain't trying to go to school, because I already know what I'm going to hear. But maybe if I would've, or maybe if somebody would have said, you know, are you really prepared to go to school right now?
I wasn't prepared.
I wasn't either. And then I already had that, you know, we had already had that college talk. You know, you don't want to take a break from high school. You want to go straight in. So it's like, I'm trying to go straight in and get my education, but this shit just happened. I might have took all my clothes with me, but my mom and my sister, they packed for a few days. Thank God we kind of all wear the same size of it. Like, I'm giving my sister, we sharing clothes because, so yeah.
I was wondering, what happened to the dog Max?
Max dead. He in the
died in
backyard.
Katrina?
He was in the backyard, yeah. I mean, because we thought he was coming back.
Right.
We thought he was coming back. We thought he was coming back, man. So, yeah. We thought we was coming back. Yeah, my sister, she stayed. They stayed my sister and my mom stayed the whole 4 years, and that's another document for a different story. Like, why our education system ain't like that too well. My sister could have got the same fucking education as far as high school in Louisiana, and that she got in Virginia. My mama's sole reason for not hurrying up and going back home was because of education. It wasn't because of nothing else. It wasn't because of mental health or nothing. My mom's like, shit. I'm not taking her out this you know, state-of-the-art high school and gonna put her back down there for what? You know, we already have the fucking literacy rate 42. Like, it's just crazy. Now, that's another discussion for another time of why, you know, children don't read enough before. At least I can say maybe an excuse for that gap. You know, because that's somebody's high school year, college year, moving into adult year. The things that you were supposed to be doing at 18 and to 24 at least, I don't think I was doing. Like, I was worried about going back home. Damn. Like, I was worried about going back home.
18 to 25, that's a big gap.
Like, yeah, like I was trying to, when I say at any given time, like I ain't kept, man. They could have told me, oh baby, the only place you can go sleep at is the Rochambeau. If it's gonna give me to New Orleans, I wanna go home. I just you know, you just wanted to go home. Yeah. But yeah, that shit was crazy. Like, we had to go to school.
Yes.
We had to go to school, and I was in them classes like, you know, I ain't know nobody. Mm-hmm. I didn't go to the orientation, the welcome, so I didn't meet anybody.
Right, you just barged in, like.
And then the media is betraying us on, you know, as this, you know, these people. So then that automatically made me put up a wall. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, well, let me be like this. Let me act like nothing's wrong, mm-hmm. because they're betraying me as a fucking refugee, and I'm by myself, so I don't want nobody to, like, fuck over me. So I'm gonna just portray myself a certain way. You know, and be like, well, I'll be like this because, you know, they already calling me a refugee, so I don't want ruffle no feathers. I just kind of want to slide in. But yeah, I was by myself. I ain't fucking know. I met my best friend in the bathroom though.
Wow.
At Norfolk State. I never forget. Like, that's one. She never asked me either. And we still best friends to this day. She's from Brooklyn, and we met in the bathroom, and that's when True Religious was that style. And I had just got them for my birthday, so you know I packed them bitches with me. Had them bitches on. She was like, oh, your jeans cute. And I was like, thank you. And she was like, you that girl from New Orleans, huh? And so I immediately rolled my eyes like, But something told me don't answer with attitude. And I was like, yeah. She was like, you want to go to the mall? And I was like, yes. like nobody necessarily asked me what was going on, but that was like the breath of fresh air. Like, oh, yes. You want to go to the mall? Girl, let's go. And we've been rocking and rolling ever since. Hey, Shanae. We've been rocking and rolling ever since. But that's how fucking traumatized we was. Like, nigga asked you to go to the mall, and he was like, okay, whew. Yes. Can I have some type of normalcy of my 18-year-old, 19-year-old life or whatever? You know, because during that time, you know, we wasn't really going to the mall because we ain't have money for that. Like I said, I don't care how rich you was, how much money you had, whatever. We ain't had time for that because we had to rebuild, we had to do stuff. So, baby, the stove was Walmart. Yes. You know, you gotta go run to Walmart, get you some bed, you gotta go run to Walmart. So for somebody to say, do you want to go to the mall?
That was it.
What? Lord, like, Forever 21? That's like, you know, Forever 21 was popping back then. Like, what? Man, so, but yeah, nobody asked us nothing. Not friends. And it just trickled down from all of that because then after we was portrayed so poorly, then you had people that might have wanted to ask. They didn't know what to ask. Mm-hmm. You know, like all kind of stuff. Like you know, people. This wasn't a normal recreation of, oh, I'm moving into my teens and I'm an adult now, so I want to portray myself as this person. People were really trying to recreate themselves to disassociate from New Orleans because of how they treated us. You could tell by a nigga MySpace page. You know, you go on somebody's MySpace page. Now we down listen to that type of music. Why they on? You know, But now that I look back, I'm like, damn, maybe they was trying to portray themselves a certain way because we was portrayed so poorly. Number one, this traumatic experience had already happened. And so a nigga was just trying to find any type of way to feel some type of normalcy. And still, it ain't normal. I know things change, but it's just still not normal. It's just still not normal. You know, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say. You know how not normal it was and how culture New Orleans was? A lot of the people in New Orleans, homeless people, or what have you, all of the people made up Mardi Gras, right? Like, I remember the Flambeau Man wasn't no engineer and like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a Flambeau Man in a parade. A Flambeau Man was the people that was on the street and they're like, yo, we need light for the parade. So, you know, the people in the big pretty suits, they don't want to dress up and hold flames. So, you know, you want to ask somebody on the street. But without them people, we couldn't have a decent parade because it took everything, you know. Like I literally remember a homeless man. I mean, he was homeless because he didn't have a home. But that didn't make him a bad person or anything. But he was always a Flambeau Man. Always. Mm-hmm. Like, always, because we would give him change. Like, because they would have change in their pockets and we would give him change and stuff. And he was always a Flambeau Man. I haven't seen that man since then. I think I caught him in stone. I don't know. But, like, that shit took away a lot of just small things, like, that you could do. Like, just like when people used to go evacuating the project. And then my grandma used to say, yeah, because, you know, them bricks ain't going nowhere. Mm-hmm. Shit. The motherfuckers took them bricks right the moment they fucking could. Mm-hmm.